Welcome to yet another video for grade 10 advance for the math exam. This is from the FRQ that I have taken from the EOT learning objective 24. Here you need to use trigonometric ratios to find the side lengths and the angle measures of right triangles. So let's get started with the video, and before we start I want to just discuss a few things. Now in the end, just a day of before the exam, I'm getting a lot of requests for videos for different topics, different questions from the EOT. Let me remind you, this is very last minute, and I am spending my weekend in making these videos for you. But please, it's a request, a humble reminder, from next time you should always place any request that you have for the videos well in advance, a week or 2 weeks before, so that I also have enough time and you also have enough time to revise and practice the topic that you want me to make the video on. Okay, so let's solve now the trigonometry questions. I'm going to begin with question 36 first. Here you need to find the value of x and y. So because these are right angle triangle, I'm going to use Pythagorean theorem, definitely. So it is used to find the length of the missing side, and I hope that you remember what is this theorem. So if you take the square of two sides, it's going to be equal to the third side. Okay, that's your Pythagorean theorem. So if you look at this triangle, the big one, I'm just naming it ABC, then the hypotenuse, the one which is opposite to the right angle, is given to be 40. So this is going to be 40 square. This length is given to be 22, the side which is opposite to this one. So we can find the remaining length BC, which is the base here for the right angle triangle, using this. So let's do it. So this is 22 square plus b square. Use your calculator, do the calculation, don't make any error, and your b square will come out to be 1116. When you simplify, take the square root, b will be 33.4. Okay, so we've got this length. I've just put it here. Okay, now you have to find the value of the angle x, and also you have to find the length of y, this one. Okay, the angle. So let's use a little bit of trigonometry. I'm going to use sine, you know, SOHCAHTOA. So sine of an acute angle, let's take angle y, this one. This is my angle y. So sine of this is going to be opposite, which is 22, over hypotenuse, which is 40. Okay, now whenever I need the angle, we have to use inverse trigonometry. So I will use the calculator, use the sine inverse function. 22 divided by 40, this will come out to be a decimal. Okay, plug in it in your calculator directly, put sine inverse function, 22 divided by 40, this fraction, and your angle will come out to be 33.4 degrees. Now you have angle y, you know this is angle 90, so you now need to focus on the angle A. Angle A also we can get. Now if you look at the other right angle triangle, I'm just changing the color, the small one, this one. Okay, I need to now find the angle x, this one. Okay, so I will change color and write here. So the trigonometric ratio that I'm going to use will be tan. So tan of x degree. SOHCAHTOA, don't forget that. TOA means tan is opposite over adjacent. So what is the side opposite to this one? It is going to be the half of 33.4, because this length and this length are given to be equal. So 33.4 divided by 2, that's going to be 16.7, divided by the length of the adjacent. Adjacent is given to be 22. Now again we have to use inverse trigonometry. Always remember this trick. I have told you in class also when I've taught that whenever you need to find the angle, inverse trigonometry will help. So tan inverse of this fraction, just put it in your calculator, and x will come out to be roughly 37.2 degrees. So I will write here the final answer. Question 37, I will provide the answer key in the next slide similarly. So here the final answer for 36 is x equal to 37.2. This is my angle, and y, the second angle, is 33.4 degrees. So this is the final answer, and if you see, we have solved this question using inverse trigonometry for the angle. Okay, so this is the answer key. Let's check our answers now. The first answer key is for question 36 that we just now solved in the previous slide. So the final answer for x is 32.7. It's correct, and for y it is 33.4. Now let's check the final answer for question 37. Here also we need to find the values of x and y. We have used trigonometry for sure, and if you see the figure correctly, the angle is not given, so we have used the formula for the right angle triangle. 43 plus x is 90, so your x comes out to be 47. Now the trigonometric ratio that I use in this question is cosine. Now you must be wondering how we are doing the selection, so let me just quickly remind SOHCAHTOA. I have already made videos before on trigonometry, so you can refer to that. I'm going to tag it while I upload. So this is sine equal to opposite divided by hypotenuse. Cos is adjacent over hypotenuse, and similarly tan is opposite over adjacent. So you have to see for a particular question which is the ratio that will help you. For this question it is cos. So when we put cos 47 8 over y, we get our value of y as 11.7. Also in right angle trigonometry, we are always using Pythagorean theorem or Pythagoras theorem, a square plus b square equal to c square. So whenever, remember, you have two sides given for a right angle triangle, you cannot find the third side, then use this theorem, and you may also use your calculator definitely. Also for the angle, inverse trigonometry always helps. Okay, so I've picked up question 38 where you need to explain how you can use the table which is given at the right to find the value of cos 20. Now this is a very easy question. Don't get scared by the table. So here you need to find the value of cos trigonometric ratio 20. But if you see the table, the angle is given and sine value is given, not cos. Now think about the relationship between sine and cos. The cosine of an angle equals the sine of its complement. What does that mean? Means cos of any angle is sine 90 minus that angle A. This is the relationship, very important. I repeat, cosine of an angle equals the sine of its complement. So if I take cos 20 degree, this is what I need to find, and I put the value of the angle 20 here, then what do you get? Let's see. We get sine 90 minus 20. Complement means the sum of the two angles is 90. Okay, they are complement of each other. So this is sine 70 value. So if you want to use the table, you can use the table for the value of sine 70. How much is the value of sine 70 from the table? If I put the value, it is the decimal 0.9397. So this is going to be equal to the value of cos 20. That's why you use the table for sine, for cos. And remember the relationship, I have also written it here. Cosine is the complement of sine. Okay, this is the formula that you will use for such a question. Now, for example, if the question asks you find the value of cos 10 degrees, then how much it will be? Cos 10 is equal to sine 90 minus 10, which is 80. So you will give this answer 0.9848. Just as an example, I add this to the question. Okay, so let's solve this question 40. Here you need to find each of the angles A, B, C and also each of the sides. So first we are going to go ahead with the angles. Let's see the measures. So in this triangle, angle A, angle B and angle C are given in terms of x. Angle A is given to be 4x plus 1. Angle B is given to be 7x minus 1. And angle C is given to be 3x minus 2. All the three measures are given. Now from triangle angle sum property, we know the sum of all three angles is 180 degree. So we are going to plug in the value for each of the angle, add them all and make it equal to 180 degree. From here we are going to get the value of x. So use your calculator carefully. Collect the like terms. 4x, 7x and 3x will combine together. So 7, this is going to be 14x plus, now plus 1 minus 1 cancel, you just have a minus 2 and 180. So this minus 2 in the next step will go on the other side and hence you can solve for the value of x. Let's see the solution in the next slide. So if we solve for x correctly, as you see here, our value of x will come out to be 13. So x is 13. Now you can find all the three angles. So angle A is going to be 4x plus 1. You plug in place of x the value 13. So this whole is going to be coming out to be 53 degrees. That's the value of angle A. Similarly, you can find the value of angle B. Angle B is given to be 7x minus 1 degree. In place of x, put 13 degrees, use your calculator carefully, and this will come out to be 90 degrees. So it's a right angle triangle. Angle C is 37 degrees, as you can see the solution. So we've got all three angles. Now it's time to find the sides. Side AB is given to be y plus 5, side AC is given to be 3y minus 1, and side BC is given to be 2y plus 2. Let's solve for the sides in the next slide. Okay, now this is a question from trigonometry. How do we know it is trigonometry? Because now you have got a right angle triangle. So if I will draw the figure again, then I know from the previous slide that one of the angle is coming out to be 90, which is which one? Angle B. So I'm making it like this, and this is how I'll draw my triangle. Now let's mark the sides. AC is 3y minus 1, AB is y plus 5, and BC is 2y plus 2. So all three sides are given to you. Now let's apply trigonometry. Why I'm applying trigonometry? Because I know it's a right angle triangle. One angle value we have already got as 90. So I can use sine as the trigonometric ratio. So SOHCAHTOA 2 we all know, right? So I'm going to use the value from the acute angle. Angle C is acute, so I will use sine of 37. So means opposite over hypotenuse. So the side which is opposite to 37, let's put the value y plus 5, and definitely the hypotenuse, which is the longest side, is 3y minus 1. Now use your calculator. Sine 37 will come out to be a decimal value 0.602. Use your calculator, simplify. You can use cross product, and if you solve it carefully, your y will approximately come out to be the decimal 6.95. Now that you have got the value of y, it's very easy to calculate each of the side, because AB is going to be y plus 5. Approximately, if I round off the value of y, I will take it as 7. So AB will be 12, BC will be 16, and AC will be 20. So we have used substitution to get these three sides. So this was a question on trigonometry.